Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are talking the best ingredients to shrink the size of your pores. Yes, that perennial issue that everyone seems to deal with. I don't think anybody out there is actually satisfied with the size of their pores. We all feel they're too enlarged. They can often get clogged and filled with blackheads, dirt and debris, and which again just increases the overall appearance of them. I think it can be one of the things which people are most self-conscious about, but do not fear. Whilst a lot of the size of our pores is dictated by genetics and other factors outside of our control, there are some ingredients that you can include in your skincare routine to really shrink the size of your pores, minimize them over a period of time, and trick the eye into improving the appearance of them. So if you want to find out a little bit more how to minimize those pores, get back that self-confidence, keep on watching. So before we start, let's just dispel a few myths. First of all, your pores are not a revolving door. They do not open and close at will. There is no muscle associated with them. And so the idea that you can open and close your pores is just false. The size of your pores, again, doesn't change dramatically day in, day out. We used to use those alcohol-rich astringent toners to shrink our pores, which did very temporarily vasoconstrict within our skin, which did give a very temporary tightening of the pore. It didn't last and it wrecked our skin. Other than those, there's no real way of doing an instant fix to shrink your pores. However, if you incorporate the right ingredients over a longer period of time, you can see a marginal and yet still significant, you'll still see it with the eye, improvement in the size of your pores. This can include eradicating blackheads, dirt and debris which is clogging the pore. As it clogs the pore, obviously it stretches it out. You can also use ingredients to support the pore wall, which obviously improved elasticity will allow it to just become a little bit tighter and shrink a little bit over time. Things like genetics, UV exposure, even things like diet and hormones can impact the overall size of our pores, and there's nothing we can really do about that. However, with these hints, tips, hacks and ingredients, I do think you'll see an improvement in the overall appearance of your pores and be able to cheat the smaller pore look. So let's jump straight in, cut the waffle and get straight into it with my number one recommendation and the thing that I think will make the biggest improvement to your pores, and that is antioxidants. A lot of you probably thought I was going to call out niacinamide, and that is coming later in the video, but I want to start with antioxidants because I think this is like the unsung hero. So a lot of the damage which causes our pores to appear enlarged, loosen that elasticity which allows the walls to be a little bit less elastic and sag, which give that appearance of the more open pore, is caused by UV damage. Smoking can also be a contributing factor, as can some other things such as trauma to the skin, but the number one thing is UV damage. We should already be wearing an SPF every single day, so kind of take that as read, you've got that to protect the skin. However, it's not just the UV rays which can damage the collagen levels in our skin, so can oxidative stresses, particulate matter, blue light radiation, all of those things can degrade the collagen and elastin in our skin, which is what gives our pores that firmness, that tautness and that elasticity. By including an antioxidant and some specific antioxidants, which I'm going to come on to in a minute, you can really help to just double up the protection, preserve that collagen and make sure that your pores are retained as tight as possible and don't appear to look enlarged because of that loss of collagen and elastin. Antioxidants aren't sexy because they don't give you that instant fix. They won't reverse the damage that's already been done, but they will prevent future damage. So I always say, whatever age you are, whatever skin type you are, and whatever you're trying to achieve in terms of your skin goals, I think the inclusion of an antioxidant is a must. And this is particularly the case if you want to prevent your pores from appearing any more enlarged or risking any future damage. My go-to antioxidant at the moment is the Neo Survival. This is on the bougie side, but the reason I love this is because it contains pycnogenol. So pycnogenol as an antioxidant is from French pine, and it specifically binds to collagen. So it's quite unique in that it binds to collagen to almost wrap around it and protect it. The collagen is what we're looking to preserve by using the antioxidant because that's what's going to keep our pore walls elastic and firm. If you don't want to push out to Neo prices, this has 15 different antioxidant mechanisms in, so it's like otherworld antioxidant. If you don't want to push to these prices, you don't need to. The ordinary do a pycnogenol, which just comes in a standalone form. It's more basic, but again, has that key ingredient which is going to protect the collagen, and that is a fraction of the price of this. So whichever one you choose, go for the one that suits your price point and what you're looking to spend on skincare. If you don't want to push to either of those, you could just get a Q10 serum. I've talked about Q10 on this channel before and I love it. Not only is it the energy that your cells need to regenerate and protect themselves, but it's also a powerful antioxidant. You can get so many affordable Q10 serums out there. It comes in a lot of day creams, so you don't need a separate step in your skincare routine. But the one I always go to is the Incilus Q10. It's the cheapest product the Incilus does, and they're already a cheap and affordable brand, so it's drugstore pricing and will really add some benefit. If you include this in your routine religiously every single morning, it'll protect and prevent any future damage. So whilst it's not going to tackle those large pores now, it's going to prevent them from getting any more enlarged, which traditionally happens as we age, and so it's an investment for the future. Think of it as an investment and something that your skin will love you for in 10 years' time. My second must-have ingredient is going to be copper peptides. I love peptides. I'm doing this series where I like the best ingredients for each skin concern, and peptides appear in just about every one of those videos. That's because I think they're a miracle ingredient that everybody should consider having in their skincare routine. They are so affordable. You can get the luxury bougie priced ones, you can get the down and dirty affordable ones as well. Whichever one works for your price point, a peptide can really help to improve the overall luminosity of the skin, the hydration, and boost collagen production. I'm calling out copper peptides specifically because they are the ones which are clinically proven to be the most effective at triggering the skin to produce more collagen, supporting with the building blocks needed for that collagen, and transporting them to where they're needed. So it's kind of like a must-have multifunctional peptide. Copper peptides tend to be slightly up there in price when compared to some of their more affordable cousin peptides. However, there are some really good ones out there. Everyone's heard of the ordinary buffet with copper peptides. Holy grail. I love that product, and it's affordable. It's not going to break the bank compared to some other ones. It'll give you a really nice boost in the collagen levels, and what we spoke about before when we say collagen is the more collagen you have, the more elastic your pores will be, and once you've declogged them, once you've got rid of those blackheads and the gunk, they'll shrink back and look visibly smaller than they were before. That's all thanks to our friend collagen. So definitely get a copper peptide in your life. Neil do one, which is on my shelf back there, which is their copper amino isolate serum. That is like other level expensive, but also other level performance. It will really help to just hone in on those copper peptides and get them exactly where they need to be in the skin to do the benefit. So you're going to get quicker results, and in the long term, I do think it's a great investment, but it is a higher price point. Again, if you want to go so affordable, I think the Incilist have you covered. I talk about the Incilist a lot because I think a lot of their products are really good, affordable dupes for some of the more high end. They do a collagen booster serum. Okay, it's not the most exciting peptide serum on the market, but it has got those collagen boosting peptides that we talked about, which will really help to boost the overall elasticity of the pores and help to just strengthen those pore walls. This is a super affordable option when compared to the Neod one. You'll have to wait a little bit longer to get those results, but if you're looking to spend a little bit less, a really great option. Of course, I always call out the Sub-Q Skin by Hylamide on this channel, which is another great collagen boosting peptide serum, which just does everything, brightens the skin, hydrates, and produces that collagen. Whichever you go for, adding that copper peptide element to your skincare routine will be game changing for the size of your pores and for the overall firmness, tautness, and elasticity in the skin. It's a win-win and a must. Now, coming on to my third recommendation, this is going to be niacinamide. Now, I've covered on this channel before how overdoing it when it comes to niacinamide can actually be damaging to the skin. It can cause redness, irritation, peeling, dryness, all the things we want to avoid. I covered this in a video, which I'll leave a link to up there. It's worth checking that video out to make sure you're not overdoing it on niacinamide. I don't usually recommend a standalone niacinamide serum because it's in just about all of the rest of our skincare. If you turn all of your skincare products, niacinamide will be an ingredient on at least 2/3 of them. So I don't think we need a standalone serum. However, niacinamide as an ingredient is fantastic at helping to strengthen the pore walls, and over a longer period of time will help to give a visible reduction in the size of the pore. The way it will do this is a number of different functions. So it will help to even out the oil production in the skin and prevent the skin's pores from being clogged. So often our pores stretch because they're full of dirt, debris, gunk, SPF, blackheads, all of that clogging up our pores and making them seem enlarged. Niacinamide over a period of time will help to combat some of that. It will also help to even out the skin tone. The more even our skin tone is, the healthier we look and the less visible our pores seem. So it kind of tricks the eye. It's that optical illusion element to it. It can work really well. It's a natural B vitamin which has some great benefits for the skin in reducing sensitivity and irritation, calming redness, and it's a really great ingredient that I would definitely recommend to have in your routine. Because people see it as like the cure-all for pore shrinking, it isn't. It's not going to change everything overnight. It takes a long time to see the benefits from niacinamide, and don't push it. Don't go for the 20% niacinamide niacinamides, when all of the studies out there show the best concentration is between 7 and 10%. You're going to get all the benefits you need with fewer side effects if that's the overall concentration in your skincare routine. Check out that video I linked earlier to make sure you're not overdoing it, but niacinamide can really help to shrink the size of your pores in the long term. Now I'm going to give an honourable mention. It wouldn't be one of these videos if I didn't throw in an honourable mention, and that is sulphur. So sulphur has a bit of a bad reputation because it's a little bit on the fragrant side. It smells like rotten eggs. As an ingredient, it's the least sexy ingredient I think you could possibly use in your skincare routine. It stinks, but it's so effective. Here in the UK and in Europe, it can be a little bit difficult to find as an ingredient in skincare. It's more prevalent in North America, which is fantastic. Sulphur works by calming, soothing the skin, reducing redness and clarifying the complexion. That's all great, but it also absorbs dirt, debris and all that excess oil in the skin. It can help regulate the oil production, so if you feel that your enlarged pores are as a result of them being clogged with excess oil, blackheads and whiteheads, sulphur is a must-have. If your skin's on the drier side, it probably won't be applicable to you, but for someone like me who is a grease slick morning through till evening, sulphur is an amazing ingredient. Like I said, it was hard to get until the Enlarged came out with their succinic acid blemish treatment. This contains sulphur within it. It's not the primary ingredient, which is succinic acid, but it also has sulphur in there. I did a video review, which I'll leave a link to up there. Check that out because you'll want to see how it works and the many different mechanisms of action which go into this product. But if you include this in your routine, particularly on those areas where you have enlarged pores, it'll dial down the oil production, remove some of the dirt and the debris that's clogging the pore. By doing so, it'll allow the pores to just constrict a little bit and just give that overall more poreless look that we all crave. I would definitely recommend including sulphur in your routine if you're suffering with acne, blemishes or excess oil. You don't have to go for the Enlarged one. In North America, you'd have more choices. I know Sunday Riley do their Satin, I believe it's called, sulphur mask. Great option. They do some really affordable drugstore versions as well. So shop around. Sulphur is sulphur. You don't need something super bougie. You can get it at a really affordable price, but it's definitely worth including in your skincare routine. So there you have it, guys. My rundown of the must-have ingredients if you're serious about shrinking the size of your pores in the long term. I don't want to give you any false hope and pretend that these are going to solve the world overnight. There are so many factors which go into determining the size of your pores, and ingredients can't control all of them. I know the struggle because I have pores the size of serving platters, so I hear you and I know how annoying it can be. However, if you incorporate these ingredients into your routine, over a period of time you should see a noticeable and visible difference, which has to be a good thing. Hopefully, let me know if you've got any recommendations for these ingredients or any products that have really worked for you. Leave me a comment below, and hopefully this has just given you a little bit of food for thought in terms of pore size. I'd love to know any hints, tips and hacks you have in terms of primers and concealers which can really work well to do a short-term diminishing look of the pores and help us build back our self-confidence quicker. So leave me a comment below. Wherever you are in the world, guys, and whatever your pore size happens to be, I hope you're staying safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.